Exactly 1 year ago today, Juice WRLD's final album, The Party Never Ends, dropped. After years of leaks, speculation, promises, delays, drama, and shifting tracklists, fans finally got what was advertised as the last chapter of Juice WRLD's posthumous catalog. But the album didn't arrive quietly. It was surrounded by controversy, changes behind the scenes, mixed reactions, and endless debates about whether it lived up to what Juice envisioned before he passed. So today we're looking back at everything: the rollout, the Maxwell version that got replaced, the Blanco involvement, the fan reception, numbers, tracklist, the Missing Deluxe, everything. But most importantly, whether The Party Never Ends truly represents Juice WRLD's legacy. This is
The Party Never Ends.
The earliest official public inkling of The Party Never Ends came in the spring of 2021. On May 28th, 2021, one of Juice WRLD's old managers, Lil Bibby, posted on his Instagram story and then instantly taken down the first official trailer for The Party Never Ends. This teaser announced that his next posthumous release would be titled The Party Never Ends, and that it would be part 1 of the planned trilogy. In this teaser, we can see Juice WRLD sitting on top of a high skyscraper building overlooking the city, and then fighting this orange-yellowish demon, almost as if this was an early music video for Go Hard. The second trailer came on July 8th, 2021, this one looking to be a more finished version of the one that was deleted earlier. Funny enough, this one also got deleted a week later, but we don't talk about that. In this video, we can see a sci-fi style-like video showing Juice floating in a kind of high-tech cosmic healing chamber of sorts. At the time, fans were hype. I mean, the promise wasn't just another posthumous album, it was a whole trilogy. A project intended to celebrate all sides of Juice's artistry: the rap side, the melodic side, maybe experiment with a few other things. The excitement came mostly because the previous posthumous album, Legends Never Die, had exploded, but some fans hoped The Party Never Ends would go deeper, maybe pull from the massive vault of unreleased tracks Juice WRLD has. After this, news would go silent though. That is until news of a new documentary coming out featuring a new set of music. As this being the case, Bibby pushed back The Party Never Ends, saying, quote, "First we fight, then we party." Over the next few years, though, leaks, uncertainty, sample clearances, debates from behind the scenes, and the hype all started to stretch. Fans found snippets of the unreleased tracks and speculated on features, while holding on to hope. But whispers of the delay started to creep in. What was supposed to be soon started to sound indefinite. By late 2023 and early 2024, many fans had grown weary. The wait was long, the leaks were many, and trust, between fans and management, it all started to go afray. Rumors of unfinished tracks, of post-production tinkering, and of tracklist overhauls, they all loomed really large. Still, the energy remained, because Juice WRLD's legacy mattered to a lot of people, and The Party Never Ends felt like more than an album. It might have been closure. And finally, on November 21st, 2024, just days before the album was set to drop, the estate of Juice WRLD dropped the final official trailer for The Party Never Ends. The trailer features veteran actor Eric Roberts playing the role of an old grandfather in a futuristic world. In the clip, Robert sits with his grandchildren and scrolls through Juice's discography, the albums, the songs, the legacy, and as he flips through, he gives this message, that even years, decades from now, Juice's music still means something. He tells the kids,
"I went to all the concerts. I listened to every project and freestyle but the last album. It was really worth the wait."
Visually, the trailer doesn't just rely on nostalgia, it leans heavily into the sci-fi future-forward aesthetic. Holograms, cybertrucks, flying cybertrucks in a world where Juice's music isn't just old, it's timeless. The idea seems to be that Juice isn't just for 2018 or 2020 whatever, he's for the 2050s and beyond, for the kids who aren't even born yet. That messaging is super powerful. It frames The Party Never Ends not as some posthumous cash grab, but as a legacy building project. The trailer invites the viewer to believe that Juice WRLD's art survives, evolves, and stays relevant no matter how much time passes. It frames the album as a gift, not just to fans now, but the future generations. And for others, there's a bitter edge. The futuristic veneer and the idealized visuals feel like a polished marketing move, glossing over the messy reality around posthumous releases, sample clearances, vault curating decisions they can't control anymore. In that sense, the trailer in itself is a statement. It's not just selling an album, it's selling a legacy. It's saying Juice WRLD is forever.
Yeah, I see you in the dark. Yeah, Parky tearing me apart.
After years of build-up and tension, The Party Never Ends finally dropped on November 29th, 2024. The release was framed as the final official studio album, at least for now, from Juice WRLD. The team behind it emphasized that it was meant to be a celebration, upbeat moments, party-like energy, a tribute to his life, rather than just sadness and despair all the time. As Lil Bibby explained, they picked what they felt were the best upbeat songs and unreleased ones to craft something that could end on a high note. For some fans, just seeing the album arrive after so much waiting was a relief. The idea of having an official, clean, mastered versions of Juice WRLD vocals rather than low-quality leaks gave hope that maybe this could finally be the definitive collection. For others, there was cautious optimism. Getting new music is always good, but would it stay true to what Juice stood for?
And we in it till the world ends. An understatement is me calling you my girlfriend.
From the moment The Party Never Ends dropped, the reception was complicated. It didn't unify fans, it divided them. On one hand, some people in the fanbase were vocal. They called the album overproduced, too polished, and even AI-like on some songs. Some criticized the mixing and said that certain songs sounded hollow or like skeletons of what they expected. Others even condemned the artwork and the aesthetic choices made for the album, arguing that it didn't reflect Juice WRLD's identity. One review broke it down bluntly. Although The Party Never Ends was marketed as just a send-off, it felt disjointed, lacking cohesion, uneven mixing, and questionable feature choices. What should have been a respectful testament to Juice's versatility ended up feeling like a rushed, messy complication. On user-driven platforms, the negativity echoed loudly. The most common theme was legacy exploitation. Some fans felt the album was made not to honor Juice's art, but to monetize his name. Looking at user reviews on Apple Music, one review says, "This is a money-hungry posthumous garbage. It's not worth your time, attention, or brain cells." Another wrote that they thought the album was underwhelming, especially compared to the hype built around it. Yet, it wasn't all hate. Some newer or more casual fans judged the album on its own metrics, without comparing it to leaks. Some tracks gained praise. Some listeners admitted that when they just listened to it as another project, a few songs hit hard. And amid all that, there was a deeper question bubbling. Does this honor Juice WRLD's legacy or tarnish it? For many, that question didn't yet have an answer, and it still doesn't.
Okay.
A big part of the disappointment around The Party Never Ends stems from what it wasn't. Many fans, based on leaks and lore, expected a very different album. One filled with raw emotion, unreleased gems, and maybe even some of Juice's darker, more experimental work. The kind of stuff that didn't make it to mainstream projects, but with the vault of unreleased songs that existed. Instead, what dropped felt curated, and in some views, over-curated. Some songs felt like placeholders, or tracks that had been polished to death. Others felt like they belonged on the greatest hits plus unreleased scraps playlist. Not a final album meant to reflect Juice's artistry, honestly. For fans familiar with leaks, there was regret. Songs that had circulated unofficially, beloved by the community, were never officially released. Some argued they might never be, and it felt like a waste, a missed opportunity to show depth, range, and give the fans a real look into Juice's vault. Then there was the question of presentation. The album cover, the heavy features, the mixing choices. For many fans, these modern, streaming-friendly adjustments diluted what made Juice unique. His vulnerability, his raw energy, and his unfiltered talent. And the thing is, it's not just nostalgia. It's the sense that what could have been a legendary final statement instead landed as a cautious compromise. Too polished for the Juice WRLD crowd. Too raw for the mainstream pop rap. And ultimately a middle ground that satisfied very few. Alright, let's be real. Even among the chaos, some songs on The Party Never Ends do land, and some don't. I mean, the things that really work and the tracks that work in my opinion are songs like Cuffed, Empty Out Your Pockets, KTM Drip, Celebrate, Barbarian, Love Letter, and Party By Myself. If you want to see my official rankings for all the songs on The Party Never Ends, there'll be a card up in the top right or a link in the description. Go watch that after this video. And the intention behind the album, a sort of celebration of life, upbeat energy mixed with Juice's vibe, it did resonate for a portion of the fans who had been tired of sad heartbreak songs all the time. Here's what a lot of people disliked, a lot of critics as well. There was heavy criticism of the mixing, the auto-tune, and what many call overproduction. Some songs reportedly lost what made leaks beloved, the raw emotion and sometimes imperfect humanity. Feature-heavy tracks, collaborations perceived as forced, diluting Juice's presence instead of showcasing him. Some fans saw it as a move to chase streams rather than honor artistry. Overall, the album felt inconsistent to a lot of listeners. It was a mix of good, mediocre, and disappointing songs, which for a final album is just underwhelming and should not happen. One fan's comment says, "This is money-hungry posthumous garbage. It's an insult to Juice and his fans." Another said, "It's still a fantastic album, but compared to what we know is possible, it's very lacking." So in the end, yes, there are honest-to-God good moments on The Party Never Ends, but they come interspersed with questionable decisions. What could have been a final masterpiece feels more like a flawed collection.
I spend it all. I spend it all. Her time involved. I spend it all.
So finally, here we are. A year after release, where does The Party Never Ends stand now? For many fans, the dust has settled. Some tracks remain in rotation, some folks still feel cheated. Some fans have just accepted as that's what we got, and find small joy where they can. Others reverted to the leaked and old albums. In a Reddit thread marking the first anniversary, one fan wrote, "Honestly, most songs have been pulled from my rotation, but a few still hit." The broader community seems to agree that The Party Never Ends will never be the final perfect statement. Rather, it's a mixed artifact, a tribute, a compromise, a bittersweet ending. But maybe that's okay, because sometimes legacy isn't about perfection. It's about impact. It's about memory. It's about reminding people who Juice WRLD was, what he meant, and why his music still matters. A released album, millions of streams, a conversation, a legacy still alive. The Party Never Ends, imperfect, flawed, but real. And maybe that's as honest a final chapter as we could expect.
Remember, I ain't had nobody, I was V-long. But back then I couldn't afford to buy the t-shirts. Then I got rich and found love, everything falling into place like it came from above. Oh, I can't forget the plug. He the one that supply all the perks and the mug. I take 2 of those, then take you to the room, we making love. Earth shaking love, anti-heartbreaking love. This song in my soul, this song's in my soul, songs in my soul, this song's in my. Look at you, look at me, look at us, happy as can be. Look at love, look at lust, middle fingers up, I don't give a fuck. I said look at you, look at me, we're in love, living happily. I need all your love, I need all your love, I need all your love, I need all your love. Never, ever, ever have I felt this way about forever, never, ever. All my past hoes ain't doing good, you can say I'm doing better. All the old niggas jealous, why? Probably cause I get her wetter. Cupid loaded up and then he shot me with a kill take. Next thing you know, I'm with you, watching the sunset. Every time I'm inside of you, I feel no stress. Everybody got their 2 cents, it's none of their business. Why you gotta be a nuisance? Ain't nothing to prove, this conversation is stupid. Last time I checked, I thought that was my girlfriend. So I don't see the reason why these niggas try to chime in. She a swimming pool, I'm the only one that could dive in. Let's run away to.
Got your auntie at my trap house wearing a thong. Hell no.
Look at you, look at me, look at us, happy as can be.